Excellency, dear guests, brothers and sisters in arms. So I'm a leadership strategist, a career coach, and also the representative of APNS, African Professional Switzerland, Network Switzerland. And the mission of our organization is really to connect African professionals, to help African professionals grow together, but also helping them to make an impact in the local community, in the diaspora, and ideally in Africa. Some of the barriers that we have had the privilege to observe, because we have many members across nationalities, origin, growing up in Switzerland or as an expat who came here to work. We have observed the different level of access to informal network, sponsors and decision makers. When you don't have your uncle, your great uncle or family members that have been here for generation and generation, the access to job opportunities, to capital opportunities is definitely not the same. We have also observed unconscious bias and microaggressions, from school to getting your first job, to even access to career advancement or capital if you want to be an entrepreneur. We have children, and children is a very much important topic for us because these are the future African professionals, and they are children of African professionals from our community as well. So we have observed that, the unconscious bias and microaggressions, but also people growing without representation or role models, just like Date mentions, which nobody in leadership role, very little people in leadership role in an advanced career position. Other than that, we have realized that those barriers have an even more tragic consequence, which is people limiting themselves in what they can hope, in what they can access as opportunity. And I want to share you the example of a tangible person that I would call Anita. I got the pleasure to coach Anita. She's of African descent. She came from Africa with her parents when she was a kid. And Anita wanted to become an HR professional. And her parents said, no, you shouldn't. There are no black women that have responsibility roles in this sector. You should be a social assistant instead. You may have better chances. And Anita didn't want to give up. That's when I met her. And what I first did was to connect her to women of African descent that are HR managers and leaders, and she didn't know that existed. Before continuing Anita's story, this is what APNS does, basically. We create space for professionals to connect, to meet mentors, to meet sponsors, and basically creating a village of mutual support and guidance to build confidence and share access to opportunities in that way. Because as African people, we are indeed people of community, and community matters. Talking about the way we can impact the community, we can contribute to shaping engagement around, advocacy against racism and discrimination. We really believe in the fact that communities like APNS can connect lived experience to policy making and bring those stories and highlight patterns of dysfunctionality or discrimination and those structural issues. But most importantly, create dialogue and bring concrete recommendations to institutions and public authorities. And just to finish we are short on time. Anita, so I took Anita's hand and brought her to many African professional events, women professionals who succeeded. And she failed her HR certification exam first, and she wanted to give up. But because she has been exposed to those role models, indeed, she decided to take the exam again because she saw with her eyes that there were opportunities. And ultimately, earlier this week, Anita told me that she got her first internship in HR, 6-month internship in HR. She's starting her career, a success story, and tomorrow she'll be able to take the hand of another African professional and guide them through success, through those barriers, those systemic barriers, those self-imposed barriers that are nurtured with an environment that is not always shaped to welcome us and propel us to succeed to the best of our ability. So association of African professionals matter in this process because we help professionals move from isolation to connection, to invisibility to visibility, being seen and heard, but also from survival to becoming impactful in the diaspora, in Switzerland, and back to Africa. Thank you.
Thank you, Candice. We've actually run out